What's up, guys? We are collaborating again.
Yes, with me.
Yeah.
And so if you're on my channel, I released my bracket earlier, which is pretty awful. But anyways, besides that,
I don't think it's awful. I just don't think it's like accurate.
So we're going to be making one with Instinct Fishy today. So
yeah.
All right. So let's start at the bottom here. Norfolk State and Application State. Who wins?
I have no idea about these. Dude.
Well, let's take them. Michigan State versus UCLA.
I think Michigan State.
Mount St. Mary's versus Texas Southern.
You can just skip this one because I have no idea what any of these teams are.
We have to choose a winner.
I literally have no idea. Just pick like Texas Southern.
Okay, and Drake or Witcher. Okay, so those are the first four. So then, first round: Michigan versus Texas Southern.
Michigan easily. Michigan wins.
LSU.
I believe St. Bonaventure will go.
Right. Colorado versus Georgetown.
I think. Wait. So if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that Georgetown pretty good. I think. I don't know who they have on their team, but I believe that Colorado are better.
Colorado.
They're just a high seed. I don't know much about Georgetown, so.
Florida State versus UNC Greensboro.
Florida State is a very solid team. I'm just gonna put them up there.
BYU versus Michigan State.
Michigan State. I don't know. I think I think Michigan State has a better chance. I don't know BYU.
Texas. Wait, you want BYU?
No, Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan.
Texas for Albany. I don't
know. Texas.
UConn versus Maryland.
James Bouknight and his Huskies are moving on.
I'm gonna assume that's UConn.
Yeah.
Alabama versus Iowa.
Alabama.
Gonzaga versus Appalachian State.
Gonzaga. They're undefeated right now, and yeah, they're gonna keep doing that.
Oklahoma.
So here's a very like difficult one to do. Oklahoma and Missouri are very good teams, both of them, and I think that this is probably one of the hardest ones to answer. I'm gonna say Oklahoma.
Okay, Oklahoma there. Creighton versus UCSB.
Creighton.
Virginia versus Ohio.
Virginia.
USC versus Drake.
Evan Mobley's USC.
Kansas versus Eastern. Okay. Oregon versus VCU.
Oregon, I believe.
Iowa versus Grand Canyon.
Iowa.
All right, so, and then we'll go over here. Baylor versus Hartford.
Baylor.
North Carolina, Wisconsin.
North Carolina.
Villanova versus Winthrop.
Villanova.
Purdue versus North Texas.
This one's difficult because both of them are really good teams. North Texas could probably pull off something spectacular, but I don't know. I think that both of them are really good teams. I think I'm just going to go with Purdue because of their standings.
Okay. Texas Tech versus Utah State.
Texas Tech.
Arkansas versus Colgate.
Arkansas.
Florida versus Virginia Tech.
So, I'm going to say Virginia Tech, but hear me out. I feel like Florida is like, just, I don't know. I don't know much about Florida. And, like, I want to be different, I don't want to be like those people who are just like, oh, a best seed goes through, because that's just boring.
Ohio State versus Oral Roberts.
Ohio State.
Illinois versus Drexel.
Illinois.
Loyola Chicago versus Georgia Tech.
I believe Georgia Tech would pull it off here.
Tennessee versus Oregon State.
Tennessee.
Oklahoma and Liberty.
Oklahoma.
San Diego State versus Cy Krause.
I believe Syracuse would pass because, I don't know, I just like Syracuse more, and I think that they're a better team.
West Virginia versus Morehead State.
West Virginia.
Clemson versus Rutgers. Rutgers. Or whatever.
Clemson.
Houston versus Cleveland State.
Houston.
All right, that's all for the the first round. So second round, Michigan versus St. Bonaventure.
Michigan.
Colorado versus Florida State.
Florida State.
Okay. Michigan State versus Texas.
I believe Texas.
UConn versus Alabama.
I think so. This one's going to be the first upset of like the big upset. I think UConn's going to pass them, but I just think James Buchnight is really good, and I really think that he's going to be able to pull it off.
Gonzaga versus Oklahoma.
Gonzaga.
Okay. Creighton versus Virginia.
Virginia.
USC versus Kansas.
Evan Mobley's USC.
Oregon versus Iowa.
Iowa.
Okay, and then moving over here, Baylor versus North Carolina.
Baylor.
Villanova versus Purdue.
I think Villanova.
Texas Tech versus Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Virginia Tech versus Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Illinois versus Georgia Tech.
Illinois.
Tennessee versus Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, which I believe is Cade Cunningham's team. I think. I don't know. He's number 1 draft.
Whatever this is versus West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Clemson versus Houston.
So this is another one that's difficult because I love Clemson. I think they're one of the greatest. I really like them, but I also know that Houston's a very, very good team. They're second seed, but like I feel like Clemson could probably pull it off.
All right, so that is for the second round. So now the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Michigan State versus Florida State. Michigan versus Florida State.
Michigan.
So that's where Florida State falls. Texas versus UConn.
Texas. James Buchnight will not prevail there.
Gonzaga versus Virginia.
Gonzaga.
USC versus Iowa.
I believe USC will probably make it. Well, not probably, but I believe in them, and I think that they will make it.
Baylor versus Villanova.
Baylor.
Arkansas versus Ohio State.
I believe Ohio State will pass.
Illinois versus Oklahoma State.
Illinois.
And West Virginia and Clemson.
West Virginia.
All right, so we now are on to the Elite 8. Michigan versus Texas.
I'm gonna say Michigan.
Gonzaga versus USC.
Gonzaga.
Okay. Baylor versus Ohio State.
Baylor. I feel like Ohio State is one of the worst second seeds in this.
Illinois versus West Virginia.
I believe West Virginia will beat Illinois.
All right, so final for Baylor and West Virginia, Michigan and Gonzaga. Baylor versus West Virginia.
I believe Baylor will pass.
And Gonzaga versus Michigan.
Gonzaga.
Okay, finals, Baylor versus Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
Okay, so Gonzaga, according to Instinct Fishy, will win the thing, I guess.
They're going to finish their unbeaten season. They're the best team in the NCAA right now.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody, thanks for watching. This is Instinct Fishy's prediction, but tomorrow is going to be more about how I'm going to have a contest, whoever has the most accurate. This is what Instinct Fishy thinks, but thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. So let's go to the outro.